welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't seen my most recent Disney Q&A, someone asked if I could share all the details I could about the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I kind of briefly covered it, but I felt like it was so much to cover that I couldn't really do it in a Q&A, so now I'm making a video on it. I just realized I've actually gone there the past 3 years. I don't think I'm going this year, which is kind of sad to break the tradition, but my first year I went was in 2015 as a cast member, and I went twice, and then I went in 2016, and I also went in 2017 as well, both those times as guests. So I feel like I really have a good handle on what to expect. I also worked a lot of the different Halloween parties as a cast member, so I can talk to you about it from both sides of the coin, as a cast member and also as a guest, what to expect, when's a good time to go, what it looks like. So I hope you guys are excited to learn more about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and let's get started. Also good to mention that this is going to be mainly for Walt Disney World. I've never seen the Halloween parties at Disneyland. I would assume they're mostly similar, but this is specifically for Disney World. So if you guys have questions about Disneyland, I'm not totally sure about what the differences are, if there are any. So I just want to give you guys a heads up beforehand. But I just looked it up on the website. I'm on the website right now just to make sure I give you guys the most accurate information. And it looks like this year it starts on August 17th, which I do think is pretty smart on Disney's part, because there might be some families like mine that I could never travel to Disneyland or Disney World during the fall time because I'm always in school, like when I was a kid. I just feel like August is like way too soon to think about Halloween, but who knows? The best way honestly to figure out pricing, once you go on their website, you can click the map to like purchase your tickets. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the calendar and I'm figuring out which days are available just to click on. So it looks like there's a lot of Fridays in August. There's 3 Fridays and 1 Tuesday. So it's not a lot, but they're just kind of getting started. August 17th, it looks like it's going to cost an adult $79 to go and a kid $74 to go. And on Tuesday, so Tuesday, August 28th, it's $75 for an adult and $70 for a kid. So that's probably going to be the cheapest. But then it just totally varies. Like September 28th is like $89 randomly. It's a Friday night. And then once you get into October, that's when it gets expensive. On Halloween itself, to go, it would cost you $125 as an adult, and then it'd be $120 as a kid. Oh my gosh, can you imagine going as a family of 5? That would be insane. It's a lot of money. So that's like the pricing. It really ranges. Yeah, August, it starts off being like $75 is the cheapest for an adult, up to $125. So if you guys are actually interested, I would go and play around with this app, especially while they're still available with tickets, if you know you're going to be there. And actually good for your planning just to check this out anyways, if you know you're going to be there around this time, to figure out like when it's going to be crowded going to Magic Kingdom or not. Looking at the website, it also says that the party is from 7 p.m. until midnight. So really good to know. If you wanted to go to Magic Kingdom that day, and let's just say you have a 5-day park hopper, you have to use your park hopper pass, and then to get into the party itself, you have to pay that additional fee. So a lot of people don't know that, and I think it's really good for your planning to know that, because let's just say you want to spend a full day at Magic Kingdom. If you accidentally go to Magic Kingdom on the day where they're having the party, your time will be cut short. But at the same time, if you want to go to Magic Kingdom on a less crowded day, it might be less crowded there, like on the same day as a party, because most people are going to go to the other parks because they don't want to waste a full day at Magic Kingdom if they can only spend like a half day there. But when you're buying that ticket, it's just for the party, and it starts at 7. However, you can get in early. So when I got there, I think I got in at like 4 or 5. However, the festivities themselves just don't start till 7. So the special character meet and greets won't start, but you can get in line. So another pro tip is Sally and Jack's line gets super crowded. They're the characters from Nightmare from Christmas, and their line gets really, really crowded. You can jump in line as early as like 6 or 6:30 and just start to wait for them there. There you won't get there until 7. That way you're not spending like party time like in line, or you'll be spending kind of like free bonus time in line, because one of the biggest things to know about the party is that you will not get everything done. Even if you tried your hardest, you could not get everything done that you want to get done, because there's like so many different things to do and there's so much limited time. So I would say that it's really imperative to really plan out your time. I'm going to talk about all the different events and character meet and greets you can do, but just really figure out what you want to do, what's the most important, and just put those at the top of your list and plan everything else around that. But just wanted to let you guys know you can't get in the park before 7, so I would get there early and just see when they let you in. Let's talk about characters, because I always love meeting characters at Halloween parties. It's so much fun, and there are some special character meet and greets that you get to do. So they don't post these ahead of time, they don't post these online. What I would do when you get there is just ask a character attendant that you see what characters are going to be out and about, and ask them for a map, and maybe write down on your map like which characters you want to see and where they're going to be. So the past couple of years, they've definitely had Aladdin and Jasmine swapping out. So they had Aladdin with Abu and Jasmine with the genie, and their line will switch. So you'll have half an hour where Aladdin and Abu will meet, and then it'll switch and be Jasmine and Genie. However, it's the same line. So I would do is when you get in line, ask the character attendant who you think they'll be able to see, if there's one that you really care to see over the other. Another character that's been there the past couple of years is Tarzan, Turk, and Jane. They've been there as well. Buzz Lightyear's been there. I've seen lots of this last year. Some newer ones I saw last year were Ariel and Eric started meeting right in front of Ariel's grotto. Hopefully they're doing that again this year. I'm feeling like they probably would. It seemed like a pretty successful character meet and greet last year. They also had Belle and Gaston meeting. They'll have Captain Jack Sparrow. He's been meeting for a couple different years. Moana met last year. Jack and Sally, you can pretty much guarantee they'll be meeting. I think those are pretty much it. I know Jafar met a couple years ago. He might be still meeting. They have a couple different villains, but they're not pretty common. It's not all the villains, but they will have some of the villains coming out. They might bring out some more. So it's really up in the air as to which characters will be out meeting and greeting that are special characters. Those are just some of the ones I've seen in the past that have been kind of consistently there, so you might get a chance to meet them. What I would do is just watch other YouTube videos, because there are some pass holders that live in the area that will post videos when they go to the very first party telling you guys what characters are there, what you can expect. But those are some of the characters I've noticed the past couple of years that you could probably guarantee that we're going to be there this year. Now let's move into the parades and shows. So they do 2 different viewings of the parade, and honestly I would recommend seeing the later parade. Most everyone stays for the first parade, and people with little kids will typically leave after that. The park gets a little bit less crowded. So if you can wait till the last parade, I would do that. I think that one's at like 10:30 maybe, because I know the last parade will go into the last show. So you could go from the last parade and watch that near the show, like turn around, like if you're sitting near the castle, and then turn around and watch the very last show, which is at midnight. I think for the show there's about like 5 different showings, maybe 4 to 5 different showings of it. So it's not like you just have to see like that one parade and make that one show. But what I would recommend doing if you really want to maximize your time is maybe see that last parade and that last show, because by that time there's less people in the park, so you can't see any more characters anyways, and you can't do any more trick-or-treating, so you might as well just see that show then, because it's almost like you're making the most out of your time. The parade is super cute. It's the Boo-to-You parade. They have some classic Disney heroes with some villains as well. You have the big pirate ship with Peter Pan and Captain Hook fighting on it. So you'll have Captain Jack Sparrow come through. You'll also have some skeletons, and you'll have Oogie Boogie and some of his friends come through as well. So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot more villains in the show. A lot more of the heroes are towards the beginning of the parade, and towards the end are all the villains. And the show they started doing these last 2 years is the Hocus Pocus Show. And I don't know about you guys, but I am a huge fan of Hocus Pocus. That was one of my favorite Disney Channel Halloween movies to watch. It's still like one of my favorite movies to watch of all time. And so the fact that they brought back the Sanderson sisters for that show is like the greatest thing ever. I could probably watch that show like at least 2 or 3 times during each party. I'll actually link down below my vlog I did for when I did the Halloween party if you want to get a feel for what it's like, because I did record the parade and I believe the show as well, so you can kind of get like a sneak peek of what that's going to look like. Lastly, I wanted to talk about trick-or-treating and also some treats that you might get there, some merch that you might get there that you really won't get anywhere else. So one thing that was really fun is they have the trick-or-treating, and it's not just for little kids. You can definitely go in as an adult, and there are along many different spots throughout the park, and they'll have different candy. Also, if you have a kid or you yourself have some allergies or maybe have some food restrictions, there are some spots as well. Just talk to guest relations and they can point out some spots that will have candy for you, or you can turn in your candy in for the night and then they'll give you some candy that is gluten-free. But there's tons of different spots called trick-or-treat trails where you can go and get candy. They give you bags. You can also bring a backpack and get just a ton of candy, and they're pretty quick to go through too, which is really nice. Also, they'll have some treats that are specifically for the parties. They're really fun. They'll have like cupcakes and different things like that. I think they will will post that on the website. If not, again, I can guarantee you that when you have some of those annual pass holders that will go for the first time and post videos of it once August 17th hits, I'm sure they'll be sharing with you all the treats and different things. They'll also have exclusive pins and lots of fun merch too. The merch is honestly so fun. You'll get some shirts about like the Hocus Pocus one. I've gotten one every single year. They have cute mugs, and they'll also have like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party merch, but I always love the different things they have, and they typically do sell out towards the end of the season, so there is a bonus if you go towards the beginning. You get more like a first pick on some of those things, and they might still have your sizes as well. So that is it all about the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I feel like I covered everything, but if you guys still have questions on anything specifically, just let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to talk to you guys. Thank you so much, brownies, for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!